Oh, we didn't do the start. Oh, well. Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpectHealth.com. And of course, I'm David A. Specht. Let me pull my notes up here for a minute because this is a very, very important live. And it figures that on my very, very important lives, not everything would go right technology-wise. Kind of like the Ron DeSantis thing yesterday, right? So, I want to talk about Chasing Monsters, or the song Monsters. If you've followed American Idol this season, you know that eventual American Idol winner, spoiler alert, Tongi, did his audition with the song Monsters by James Blunt. And then he and James did a duet on the finale that just brought everybody to tears. And this morning I was on either TikTok or Instagram Reels, and they had the performance on there again. And it once again, even though I had seen it before, it moved me. And one of the lines in that song really, really stuck out. And I want you to kind of marinate on it for a minute. That line is, "I know your mistakes and you know mine." And he's talking to his father. The singer is talking to his father, who is on his deathbed. And he's like, I'm no longer your son. You're no longer my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. And in that moment, all of the lessons that dad has taught his son and all of the modeling that dad has done in front of his song comes together in this one moment where he says, "I know your mistakes and you know mine." And it reminded me of a phrase that I've heard in personal development a lot for leaders, and that is this: more is caught than it is taught. What that means is that people, especially those that you lead, and as a parent, we do lead our children, they model more what they see you do than what they hear you say. I remember my mom, when I was growing up, smoked. And of course, you learn in school smoking is bad, blah, blah, blah. And I would ask her, hey, smoking's bad. And she's like, "Yes, it is." And I said, "Then, Mommy, why do you smoke?" "I'm going to smoke because you smoke." And she said, "Do as I say, not as I do." But the truth of the matter is nobody does that, right? They don't do as the leader says. They do as the leader does. They don't do as the parent says. They do as the parent does. And you can see this as a health coach and as somebody who has really gotten his weight under control and really started to try to do some things in his life from a health standpoint. I see the world through a different set of eyes than a lot of people do now. And as part of that, what I have seen is if the parents are overweight, typically, again, broad brush, the kids are in a lot of the same boat. I can't tell you how many times I'll see right now it's the beach picture time, and you see the family on the beach, and you see all the guys in the back because they're hiding the bellies, or you see and it is a pattern because more is caught than it is taught. And so as a father and now a grandfather, I take that responsibility very seriously, that those that are behind me are following or what I'm modeling more than they're doing what I'm saying. And while they may not get all of it, and yes, you still have to teach and you still have to give lessons. I use lessons today that my father taught me when he sat me down and told me things like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But I also know that if we don't take this seriously, those following us, the generations to follow us, will see they take it further. If you think just a little overweight or a little out of balance or a little bit lenient or a little bit this, a little bit out of boundaries in your generation, is going to be way out of boundaries in their generation. Because we don't just go to where we go beyond. So I have a question for you. So many people aren't ready to get serious about health. They're not ready to get serious about what they're doing. And yet, they would say that they would give their lives for their kids. I would. And I know you would. But the question is now, would you be willing to live your life better for your kids? Would you be willing to step up and make yourself uncomfortable to develop healthy habits, to develop healthy financial habits, to develop healthy relationship habits, to develop healthy overall habits for them, knowing that they're going to model what you do? I believe that if you are willing to step up for them, we can literally change this world within a generation. We can go from a generation of obesity, a generation of anxiety, a generation of name it, to a generation of strength, to a generation of empowerment, to a generation of those that take full personal responsibility. But it's got to start somewhere. Are you going to chase the monsters away so that when it's their time, they can chase their monsters away? Look, if you need help in that area, Tina and I would love to be your coach. We can help you in all areas of life. Obviously, we put you on a path to physical wellness, physical health, but that path includes mental health. That path includes relational health. That path includes spiritual health. Reach out, go to specthealth.com, fill out a free health assessment, because there are those in your life that are watching right now. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you leading them well? God bless.